Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So my hair is tied up today because I'm going to be doing quite a lot in terms of tidying my flat. I have never been the best at tidying my flat, so I'm going to be completely transparent and honest with you. Like, it is a lot better than how it was when I first started trying to tidy, but it is still a mess and it still has a long way to go before I can make it like aesthetically pleasing.
And trying to remain so strong, I know it's good if I'm wrong. I got it, I gotta go, running to better times.
And yes, I do have like inspiration from Pinterest as to what I want to do and how I want to achieve it, but at the moment I'm just gonna have to tidy everything up before I can actually do anything like that. So I'm gonna be tidying because on Tuesday, from when I'm filming this, so Tuesday next week, which today is Saturday, so the Tuesday that's afterwards, I am having a flat inspection, and my landlord has basically said, because my flat is messier, and I think they're like comparing it to other people in the same building. Like, we all have different lifestyles, obviously, and we all live in different ways, and I am just taking this as the push I need to tidy and the push I need to get my life together, because I am going to be turning 27 this year and I need to get my life together, and I need to like really take hold of like my own space and be able to make it the best I can. So I'm starting off this video just by sitting down and basically just telling you about when I moved out and how I felt about it since, and then we're going to get into the cleaning. So if you want to skip ahead and you want to see the cleaning portion of this video, then I will leave a chapter. If you just go along the timeline at the bottom, you'll be able to see the chapter that says cleaning. I moved into my flat in October 2019, and I remember it because it was like the 30th of October 2019 or the 28th, something like that. It was in the last week of October, and that was because I was being evicted from my flat, my last flat. So I was being evicted because my landlord thought I had too much stuff, and that was his quote, not mine. He basically didn't like the amount of things that I had in the room that I was renting, and he, in his opinion, thought that because I wasn't somebody who was going to uni and I wasn't somebody who was just having minimal amount of things, like I'd come from my parents' house and I had brought the majority of my things that were stored not only in my bedroom at home, but also around the house. I was bringing them. But in his opinion, he did not want me in his rental room because I had too many things. So I moved into this particular place, this particular building, in October 2019. And since then, I've had a few bumps along the road, and I have not exactly had the most smooth sailing time in this place. So I have been living alone for nearly 3 years now. It'll be 3 years in October, and so therefore we're at about 2.5 years of living alone. And I was scared to start off with, and I even had one person that was in my life before I moved out that said, you will not cope being alone, like living alone. There was no other place that was going to accept me, and I had to make it work. Like, it was very much like, yes, I knew I wasn't ready for it, and this person was right in terms of just looking at the facts, but I needed to make it work, and I kind of wanted to push myself to do that anyway. I wanted to really show myself that I was able to do it. So I started off, I moved in this flat, and it was super, super clean, and it was super, super clean for about 4 months-ish, and then it started getting worse. So it was because my mum helped me move, and then she was like tidying everything, and my dad helped me move with like the bigger furniture, and my brother also helped me. But my mum was the main person who was sorting and organising everything out and making it like look nice, if that makes sense. But now that the flat is very much lived in, it does show signs of untidiness, and I really want to create some habits and some like things that I can do that's going to make my life so much easier. So following on from that, there is actually going to be a video coming out on my channel very, very soon about things that I do that are different to the norm. So how I store my clothes. Like, I have a built-in wardrobe, but I don't store them in the built-in wardrobe, and I will explain why I don't do that. And other things in terms of like how I store all my shampoos and conditioners and things like that, and just how I do things differently in terms of storing things. And that's going to be a video that will come very, very soon, and I will show you how I store everything to make it the most effective way for me to live. Initially, it was really, really hard, and I didn't like the alone factor that came with living in my own flat. and I really just had a hard time and I didn't know how to cope with that. I was also very mentally unwell. I do explain that in other videos on my channel, but I am currently diagnosed with complex post-traumatic stress disorder and borderline personality disorder. It comes with a lot of uncertainty and you just don't really know where to be sometimes. So in the January after I moved in, so we had the October 19, so January 2020, was suffering a lot from grief as well. It was the first anniversary of my friend's suicide and there was a lot of feelings surrounding that and I didn't know how to cope with it, so I ended up in a psychiatric ward and I was there for a month, and well, just under a month actually, I think it was about 28 days. I came out on the 3rd of February 2020. From then on, I have never been happier since. I have felt that so much better in myself, and I have really harnessed my mental health and taken it onto my own shoulders and said to myself, I can't keep living like this. And I think that was the biggest turning point for me in terms of, I said to myself, I cannot continue living like this. And I will talk again about it more in a video and how I felt about putting that all on my shoulders. At the time of recording this video, we have 72 subscribers. So that is a massive jump from everything that I've imagined. 72 is not a lot. 72 is, nowhere near making this my full-time career and nowhere near getting paid. But it is at a point where I can say to myself, I've got over 50, I'm nearly at 100, and my biggest goal for my channel is to get to 100 subscribers by my birthday, and I'm really hoping that's gonna be achieved. So if you don't already, please hit that subscribe button down below this video, and while you're there, please don't forget to like the video as well, because it will then be spread out to more people and it will help me achieve my goal. So my birthday is August 18th and I really want to hit the 100 subscribers. Really make this my year, make 2022 my year. I need to have a tidy place, especially if I want to start a family and especially if I want to create the life that I love, and I believe that my environment will play a really big part in that. So this is the before on this side of the room. So this is the side of the room where I get into bed and I do most of my things. Yes, there is so much everywhere all over this place, but as I said, I do not necessarily want to have all this stuff here. I need to really tidy it all up, and so therefore I am showing you the before so you can actually gather and have a bit of a understanding for how much the change will be. So I was going to quickly interrupt the cleaning here. In this particular box, I have my Vidrate sachets. These have been amazing, but they're not sponsored. So don't take my word for this. Try them out yourself if you want to, but these are Vidrate, which is like a nutrition type thing, but it's hydration, so it's got no sugar in them, but their flavours are amazing. So that's all I'm going to say about them, but I'm putting them all in one little box. So this is the finished look. Obviously there are little bits I still need to tidy, but if you compare it from the original, how it looked, I'm still not going to sort that little corner out. I'm so out of breath, sorry, but I'm not going to sort that corner out at the moment because I think that's less of a priority because it is stacked neatly. But the floor is hoovered, as you saw, and it is a lot tidier. So go me.
Nobody could make her feel down. She was always smiling from ear to ear.